afternoon, everyone. It's lunchtime, so it's time for Genshin. Alright, let's turn that on. Wait, I just clicked this. Oh, what the heck? Are you doing this? No, because I've only played it on my PlayStation. What? I've been having some weird scuff the last, like, 5 minutes. So as you all know, I do this on the remote play, so that I can have my avatar and everything on the screen. And it's been doing that little glitchy thing where it's having problems like with the connection and stuff. So I'm going to keep a close eye on that. It just might be a bad connection at the moment and I'll have to refresh it. No big deal. I checked the mail because I was like, oh, what's over here? And grabbed it. Okay, cool. And as you just saw, it said I had mail and I had already looked at it. And I've not logged in on this account anywhere else with grabbing that stuff. I don't think my husband's played it since he toyed with the Abyss a little bit ago. So, I don't know. It's nothing we can't deal with. Like I said, if the connection breaks, I'll just fix it and reconnect it. If it turns out that my internet's unstable, well, we raise our hand to the sky and yell at Spectrum. Let's see. Who had today? Was it Eula? Was it Eula that had the talents for today? Yes. So we will be using our double drop for Eula today. I don't know why I backed out of that when I need to click it. And we are capped, so let's go and do that. What's in this one? Oh. Oh. I have to come back here. I don't like this game. Well, I get, like, I did clear it faster with the Blender team, right? So I guess we try the Blender team again? Don't worry, Kaya, you'll get some upgrades at some point, I promise. Hi, Brian, how you doing?
Booba, get them! Hey-ya!
As one with wind and cloud.
Help!
Okay, can you
Seems
flip the
like an
bite, please?
emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
Well, Kaya, you... Can we tell Kaya can crit?
The doctor will sign you now. Outside him, into the fire!
Oh my god, I can't move.
Oh, so sorry. The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Booba, get them! Eat this!
One with nature. Dodge this.
Remember, health comes first.
Oh, bye, you.
Nice and spicy!
Into the wind.
Booba, get them!
The wind knows me. Cool it. To get frostbite. As one with wind and cloud.
Hey-ya!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Cool. Okay, I take that back. Both teams were actually equally slow. I just had all of my bursts up the first time I did it. I don't like this game. She's on day 49. on our second account. Okay, let me be fair. I don't like this domain. This, like, any domain that has the cryo in it sucks. Zaps all your stamina, your bursts don't come back.
Nice and spicy. The doctor will see you now.
Taking a turn for the back.
I don't know why I did that. Oh!
Race you.
Don't push your luck.
One with nature.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Boba, get them.
Oh, his skill wasn't back.
Fallen leaves, adorn my...
Now I'm really
Mind the side effects.
There's something really weird about...
Dodge this.
Oh my god, I might have to flip to Eula. Okay, I move.
eat this.
Seems like an emergency. This moment will be frozen in time.
Into the wind.
Don't push your luck.
Ow. Sorry, Kaya. Yeah, the icicles falling, all that crap.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Boba, get them.
Yes, run right into the damn icicles.
The wind knows me.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
I think I missed the swirl by like 2 seconds. Come here. Stop running away. Oh.
Boba, get them.
Oh, there's the connection issue.
Fine.
Yes, Kazuha, it is totally fine. Don't you frickin' dare.
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Don't get frostbite. Remember, health comes first.
The doctor will see you.
Cool it.
Alright, we are... Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna flip to Eula. At least we got a gold out of that one. No, I would definitely need Kazuha.
I can't wait any longer.
Alright, let's... Alright, we're gonna try this. We're gonna actually try this with
I'll
Baiju.
treat your wounds.
Because why not? Okay. Game, behave yourself. Right, because I was on the other button.
Mind the side effect.
Vengeance will be mine.
You have to be careful because I don't have the shield.
Yeah.
The wind knows me.
Nice and spicy.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Into the wind.
Taking a turn for the better.
As one with wind and cloud. That hurts.
Yes, and that's gonna hurt.
Beg for mercy.
What?
Yeah. Crush. More speed.
One with nature.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. The doctor will see you now.
Yeah.
The wind knows me.
Nice and spicy. Beg for mercy.
Time to go.
Bubba, get them.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my nut.
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
More speed. Flood of frost.
Yuck. Uncalled for. You don't need to drop icicles on my head after the thing's ended. Ugh. Like, being in that domain just feels, like, gross. Like, my characters can handle stuff. I know they can.
Chivalry will never die. Leave it to me.
Alright, Eula, did you get any upgrades? Let's see. I can do your physical attack and I can do your skill. And you need Ajdaha for that. So let's do... Yeah, skill was last. So... we might be able to craft some. So we'll take a gander at that in a second. Just go to Mondstadt. Was it resistance? Must have been, because it's not valid. I know it's not valid, it's not freedom. How many wills do I have? 9. I honestly think I only need 6 to upgrade it from what I remember, but having a couple extra on hand is not bad. These things will give us 1 back, so that's not bad. Alright, you look. Yep. Okay, so now we just have to worry about Ajdaha for her. I think we're going to do Mora today. Since we're going to also be doing the story quest for Kokomi. And if those who don't remember, the reason we're going to be doing Kokomis, also, you know what, I should probably check to see if I have a key, and I do. So let's not overflow those. So the reason we're going to be doing Kokomis is because apparently she's required to do Itos, and I don't know why. Hi, honey, how you doing? So yeah, not really sure why that's required, but we do want to do Itos. So we'll be doing Kokomis later today, after our dailies. And then depending on how much time we have, we might explore Mondstadt a little bit more to see with the, if we can find more of the chests with the treasure compass. That's good. Oh, I made up the rest of the pasta salad. There's still some left if you want some when you get home. It's been going okay. Very hot in the apartment at the moment, so I have the air conditioner on right now with the fan blowing in here. Oh, did you see the amount of primo gems for the first half potentially for 4.7? Apparently, it's quite low, which I find very weird for having. I mean, there's two new characters because Siegeweed's in the second half, but I find it kind of weird that they wouldn't try to do it evenly. Good thing you started saving. Okay, so we need uh yeah, let's do ley lines. We still need the stuff from like Mondstadt and Leeway the most, so we will take
More
care
speed.
of that. I guess we had to go over here now.
More speed.
Where's that? Is it up here?
Yeah.
15K with that. Nice. It's because of the new endgame thing not starting until July 1st. Yeah, I mean that does make sense. But
More speed.
it just kind of feels bad for Cloran. But at the same time, I think it's like, well, people really want Farina. And maybe Seedween too. Why? Why?
The wind knows me.
Sketch. Let's go. Let's go. Shudder. Let me weave you a verse.
One with nature.
Crush.
Oh, I'm at that spot. I don't know why these things like attack from downtown.
Yeah. Shaken and stirred. Time to act.
Bubbles.
The wind knows me.
Rain cutter. Beg for mercy.
You are just being a pain today, game. Did I not get a drop from any of those slimes or anything? Because I don't remember picking them up.
Rain outlines your fate. Crush. Shaken and stirred. Know my sword. Let me weave you a verse.
One with nature.
Beg for mercy. Yeah.
Alright, that all my stuff? Okay. Over here.
More speed.
Well, I do need you.
Knows me.
Frame cutter. Crush. I condemn you. You beg for mercy. Think you can bully me? Shudder.
Almost went down the cliff. Yes, give me that whopper flower neck. That might be all for Mondstadt. Alright, over to Liyue we go. Maybe. Or not. Hello? Alright, there's an XP ley line. No Mora? We don't want to do too much in Sumeru. Alright, there's one in Sumeru. What about... Let's check Fontaine. Alright, there's one in Fontaine. Guess we'll get some drops for Lynette.
To learn some Favonia's blade work?
Potentially.
All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
One with nature.
Beg for mercy. Shudder. Crush. Rack and ruin.
One more? Yeah. Probably should kill them too.
Shudder.
Ah!
Let me weave you a web.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come. Miscalculated.
Freeze to the core. Think you can bully me?
The wind knows me.
Patooey, patooey. Alright. 24. The artifacts might actually be up right now.
More speed.
You are route. Nope. I am probably just a few minutes off. So we will do our... Well, let's go to the teapot first, actually. Because we'll have to teleport anyway. So let's go to the teapot, take care of this stuff really quick, and then just do our commissions.
Would you care to sit down?
Huh? Level 5 on Ningguang. Cool. Can I make anything new? I don't remember if I got anything new on here or if it was on the main. And it was on my main that I did.
If you ever have any...
Oh, 8 friendship with Eula. Okay, these aren't done yet. Tomorrow. Okay, so So that's all set. Let's do our commissions. Oh, you're in a weird spot. What is that? Complete the time challenge.
More speed.
Oh, okay. I think I've only done this one like twice.
Crush. Shudder.
Come back.
More speed.
Probably could get away with only doing the pyro slimes, but rather be safe than sorry.
Time to scout.
Plunk.
No, my sword.
Into the wind.
Beg for mercy.
That's dirty, I can't see. Okay then.
One with nature.
Rain outlines your fate. Crush. Yes.
Oh, no explosion. I guess up here would be best.
Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity in the area.
Head to higher ground. I think you're the highest you can go, Eula. Ah, yes, the song of my people. And unfortunately, I can sing that twice. On that. If I hit an enemy, this will be really cool. Geronimo!
The wind knows me.
Shudder. Yeah. Came out in your dream. Crush.
Why?
Shudder. Rain outlines your fate.
Into the wind.
Ha! I'm here.
Crash. One with nature.
Eye for an eye.
I have to double check. I don't think I have the Geronimo achievement on my main. I'll take the meat. That's an exploding barrel. Don't touch that. That was all of them? That was all of them. So why don't we hand them in Fontaine, and then we'll go check to see if the artifacts are up, which they should be. It's past 12:30 now, and I think I started that before it. So
Add Astra Ab.
add
Thank
extra
you for
apple
completing
sauce.
today. Add Astra Ab.
Good. Ice. Try again.
More speed.
And they're up. Let's go. I would appreciate if you'd stop climbing on things you love. I don't know what it is, but it feels like they've been like more grabby and climby.
More speed.
So I had seen a video pop up in my feed today that was just like, is Weathering Waves better than Genshin? First of all, that's going to be subjective. Because to me, no, it's not. One, Genshin has had 3 years to develop, so that's really not a fair comparison. And two, for me personally, it's not because of the not being able to change the buttons on the controller, which they're probably waiting to do that for console release, but they should have. If you can plug your controller into the PC, that should have been a thing. That's my only complaint about that. There are some really good things about Weathering Waves. And I've been watching Forrest play it, and he's been really enjoying it. But is it better than Genshin? Again,
More
subjective. It's like that whole thing of like, it's the Genshin killer. To me it is, but if it wasn't for Genshin, Weathering
More
Waves
speed.
wouldn't be what it is. Very true. That's
More
very
speed.
true. Heck, even like I mentioned to
More
you when I
speed.
started the story, because I was actually trying to pay attention to it a little bit, because I know it was lacking, or a lot of people have said it was lackluster.
Another route.
And there's at one point that one of the girls says, you know, just call my name, and the option you can say actually makes a joke about Zhao. So it's like they're aware of what they're doing.
I can still. Let me try.
Do we go boom? I do miss reactions in Weathering Waves. The outro stuff is very fun. The switching in combat in Weathering Waves is so smooth. I do miss the reactions too. I think that's another big thing, is that there is a little bit
More
more
speed.
of a tactical thing in Genshin with the reactions, yeah, you can play a mono element for sure. Like, I could have a bunch of
More
stuff on
speed.
Eula right now and not really have anything, like, coordinated. I would have double cryo for crit. I could... So even, like, I could put Kaya. Let's put Kaya in this scenario, right? I could do Kaya for the double crit, right? And get Glacial Waltz going. No real reason. I could just do it. If I had Zhongli, I would have a shielder, and then I could say, like, Baiju, because he's the best healer. Wouldn't make a lick of a difference just because Eula is physical. Would I freeze things? Not really, because I don't have Hydro, but, you know, you could just kind of do that. I wanted the map. I don't know why I was like, achievement. I know what the achievement is. This switching reminds me of more of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Of all the things, the way that stand out, finish moves. Yeah, actually. Look, those are back, but the ones underwater weren't? Oh, no, I grabbed the underwater ones like yesterday because they respawn, but I didn't do the others. I have got to stop confusing myself.
More speed.
Combat is super funny, weathering waves, and the fact that you get artifacts just by killing random stuff is a dream come true. Yeah, so that is like the biggest plus and where I do think it outshines Genshin. Because to build your characters, you're not locked behind the resin. Like, just thinking about it for next week, because next week's going to be my week of Baiju. Baiju's going to need a lot more work than, say,
Beg for
Lynette
mercy.
did.
Rain outlines your fate.
Into the wind. Share.
Shudder. More speed.
How's it help out,
The
boys?
wind knows me.
Shake and stir.
Beg for mercy.
How dare you? Made my screen dirty.
Eye for an eye.
Now you explode.
Done.
Resources are super tight though in weathering waves, the artifacts. I need another material to get their substats. Oh. Okay, so they're plentiful, but you actually need more resources to level them. But even still, at the very least, you can grind farming the artifact, and then have it in your inventory and wait for it to be leveled till you get more resources. Which is, I guess you could say, it's similar to Genshin in a way, because you know you can farm the domains all day long, let them sit, or even the bosses, and you have all those artifacts just sitting in your inventory being potentially leveled while you're waiting for fodder. But yeah, I agree. The at the very least, farming in the overworld to get the echoes, which are your artifacts, super fun, super easy,
More speed.
and you're making progression. Now, do the bosses need whatever the resin equivalent is, or can you just go and fight those? Because I think you could just go and fight them, right? Once they unlock. There we go. You know, for only being like in the 70s today, it is freaking hot in here. That might be a ping issue. You can find them for echoes, but to get the stuff you need the red. Okay, see, that's actually a good compromise. That is an excellent compromise. So if you want to farm for the echo, you just can go and do it.
Shudder!
Into the wind.
Come back here.
Beg for mercy.
Oh, you son of a...
Rack and ruin.
Things are just liking to back up today. Yui.
More speed.
I think 240 is the cap on their stamina stuff. Okay. 60 for boss. So. Looks like I'm going to push my artifact route a little bit later tomorrow. The little stutter pauses I've been doing are
More speed.
causing an issue. Away on the respawn times. But as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I noticed that the PlayStation was doing that little connectivity problem where it like scrambles and stuff like that, so it might just be chugging a little bit on the internet.
One with nature.
Take that, Swan. Cash ride. I don't know what to farm currently. I haven't really figured it yet. I probably should. So are you sticking with the 2 5-stars? I mean, that's a silly question because they're 5 stars, but because the little team that I had initially, and then you upgraded with the other 5-star, seems to be a great little team. You need 9 build characters for all endgame? Wow. I'm very surprised at how powerful she is. I'm very surprised. Oh. I actually hadn't watched much of the endgame
More
stuff
speed.
when I've had like Sekka on or anything like that. Funny enough, I think I've only really caught him like trying to farm echoes. Excuse me, brain me, coming through. I'm doing mostly this too. I mean, I suppose that's good. I mean, it would be bad if like you. It's good. Like you have stuff to do in the game, and even in its really early stages. But it doesn't feel like as grindy as Genshin, and I think it's because you don't have that weight. Oh, I gotta wait for my
More
daily
speed.
resin. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that the cap for resin is going up, but it ultimately doesn't really amount to anything. Because if you're playing optimally, you're getting that amount of resin anyway. Which I'm not. I only log in once a day practically. I spend roughly, on average, the 2 hours on this account while I stream with you guys. And then I go on my main for about maybe an hour most, depending. And that's just because I don't have the resin to do anything. But Luce, you have fragile resin on this account. I do, but I actually need
Into
to.
the wind.
I want to hold on to it just in case I want to farm something or if I need a resource.
The wrong test subject.
Wake up,
I can do
sleepyhead. Oh, I thought I had the charge. That's okay. He died anyway. Like, I have a bunch of stuff I still need to do on my main. Like story stuff, exploration stuff. And exploration is fine. My issue with exploration is that, like, I have no idea where I've been and where I haven't. So trying to find the treasure boxes and whatnot is quite defeating a little bit. Eula? Eula? I seriously just glanced over at chat and all of a sudden she was climbing the wall. Right, would need to go out. Yeah. No, I agree. And it's something they really need to think about to get people just to keep playing the game. Or playing the game at a more consistent rate, I should say. Because more than likely, like, if you're not caring about, like, Clarand, for an example, or Alhaitham, you're probably just taking a break. And if you have Farina and are okay with her being C0, then you're probably going to skip Seedween. So people are maybe just going to take an extended hiatus until Natlan, if they even care. The fact that Kuro Games has listened to the player base, which honestly reminds me a little bit of CB13, the development team for Final Fantasy XIV. They actually listen to feedback from players and actually can make positive change to the game. The fact that, you know, we don't really see that in Genshin, or we're clamoring for it in Genshin, and Honkai Star Rail ends up getting that quality of life, it's kind of weird.
More speed.
Now, don't get me wrong. The one thing I do not want, and I don't think you could ever do that in this game, or even like Weathering Waves, is have the game be autoed.
Shudder.
Like, you should be able to play a game to play a game, and not be like, I'm gonna log into this and just have it autoplay. Like, what's the point of the game then? Don't get me wrong, I love my turn-based RPGs. They are old school, and I love them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they actually implemented auto features is kind of, I don't know. It bugs me. Maybe that's just because I'm old school and had to press the button.
More speed.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to reset the thing to around 1 to make sure these all spawn within a reasonable time. All right. That should be the last one, but we will check over with the kitty cat. Oh, kitty has one. Okay.
More speed.
It is so strange that some of these, like, there are days that these aren't here, and then there are days I can grab them. All right, let's go over here. And if it's there, this will be the last one I grab anyway.
Quick, under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious. And if that happens, well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I?
Okay, so the ones in Fontaine were the last. That's fine. Oh, well and good. Got some transient pearls, too. All right, let's say goodbye to the money I farmed earlier. Artifacts. The flower. That's right. Rolled HP percent. And then energy recharge, which for Zhengling, that's not bad. But we would like some of the crit. Crit? Crit damage. We'll take it. We'll take it. Aw, couldn't get another step. Ah. Alright, but that's almost done. 2 more levels and then we can start flipping stuff to Zhangling soon. Although for her, I might actually have to level stuff to 20. At least in a couple pieces, because she already has 3 level 20 5-star artifacts on. But I would have to replace her Golden Troop. Not Golden Troop. Wanderer's Troop. Golden Troop is what we will be farming next week, probably. Yeah, okay, so the feather and the hat. We already have the hat leveled, so we just need to do that to... Well, the good news is that the one that she's going to be replacing it with isn't much better. It at least has 2 stats she can really use. This one only... Oh, this one does too. This is at EM and attack. So she'll lose attack, probably. But she'll gain crit. That's okay, I suppose. I suppose. But yeah, we'll give her her stuff soon. That's not what I hit at. One more time. Kokomi. So pretty.
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her.
When did you say to meet her?
remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the resistance troops still remember you. Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh, shall we take a look around?
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into two teams, one to draw their attention and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokumi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from,
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
Here to lend a hand.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into two teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
And this will be mine.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under control.
Okay. Controller. You good? Okay.
Frozen.
Beg for mercy. No, my sword. Witness the power of
This quickly.
One with nature.
Shudder.
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire. Arson attack. Curse them. They leave us no choice but to attack. Comrades, let's make them regret it.
Rack and ruin.
Looks like I went the hard way.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh, wow. This is a whole book. Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence.
Is Swordfish 2 still growing strong?
Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life. About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
I'm sorry. The guy that's with him, the other guard, I can't stop staring at that stupid mustache. I can't. It looks so bad. Oh. He also looks like the Pringles guy.
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we can find her, Goro?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers. I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They won't say. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it one bit. I suspect there's trouble afoot.
Sure, I'll see what I can do.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
And then there's just a specter in the background.
More speed. Shudder! Rain outlines your face.
Well, we'll come back to this. I'll just mark that on the map.
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish too? Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts. I wasn't with Swordfish 2, but I did see you in Tatarasuna. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Oh, it was quite the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service.
I've heard people are a bit on edge these days.
On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it too. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every single person looked death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I think things will improve, but it's gonna take some time. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
Peace at last. Living the dream.
All right, honey. I'll see you when you get home.
Don't I know you? I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, do you need something?
I hear people are feeling unsettled at the moment.
Unsettled? Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything. Not that I would, necessarily. I keep to myself, mostly. They're all too rowdy for me. We're at peace now, finally, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things and two things only. The sun and the sea breeze. Sorry that I can't be more help to you. I'll tell you someone you could ask, though. Sangonomiya. She knows everything.
Huh. Seems he's about to fall asleep. Let's leave him to rest and go find someone else to ask.
Now, if he's gonna rest, he should probably at least sit if he's gonna fall asleep. I see you, Quest. Don't worry, one day.
Ugh, I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there! What you talking about?
Captain, you're back.
What's new? Anything to report?
Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
No, let's not mention it. He's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been his idea.
Hey, maybe you shouldn't be, whispering like that in front of me.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe.
What you talking about?
Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Liar.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
You have a stupid haircut.
Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here. Take him away.
Hold on. Are we...
Wait! Kokomi, there you are! Something's going down over here. You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency, this merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so we seized him for questioning. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryo Commission behind the scenes.
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better?
No.
Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course, I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then, but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First, I lose all my inventory. Then I get treated like a criminal.
And why should we believe you?
We ran into some Fatui.
So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryou Commission's hands. They're in this together.
What? The Tenryou Commission are colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
Would the Tenryou Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now. But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing. Kokomi, do you know anything about it?
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryou Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I'll bet that's where that hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods, and if everything is in order, it will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, I expect you to fully comply with our investigation. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation?
Sure thing.
Good. I look forward to seeing how you've progressed lately. I also have a few new things to teach you. All right, follow me.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
Teleport, 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 teleport. Alright, don't run into the gate.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a Hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage, and we haven't given away our position so far. Our enemy is in the light, while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand.
And what does the grand strategist have in mind?
I think we have 3 options available. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight. Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example, a store of gunpowder cakes. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard, both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired. Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Well, I'm Genjo at the moment.
That's our grand strategist. It's a lot to think about, though. Which option should we choose?
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but requires superior combat skills. With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle, but absolute stealth would be required during the operation, or we'd risk exposing ourselves. If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So, which is your preferred option?
Surprise air raid!
There's the swordfish captain I know. Every confidence in your abilities. It's decided then. Let's fight this one together. I'm no warrior myself, but I can still provide some support. I certainly won't be
behind
jumping
me?
you into battle all by yourself. We should take them down as quickly as possible and retrieve the merchant's goods.
Kokomi, can you go over here and fight this for a minute?
Let's move out.
Ah, it takes Kokomi away from me. Dang it.
No, my sword! Crush!
There is a chance I have to sit through that cutscene again.
What do we have here? More speed.
Oh, nope, there she is. Hello! Whatever, we're going from above. Where the hell's the... You over there? Yeah.
Touché! Shudder! Huh?
Allow me.
Go, jellyfish, go!
Into the wind!
Think you can bully me?
Crush!
Yeah. The king is overthrown. Only the pawns remain.
Aw, I thought that was close enough.
Rain outlines your shudder!
Let's move out.
Rest, rebuild.
The wind knows what.
Beg for mercy!
Excellent work.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
What tactics?
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them. Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a pretty big contribution, huh?
I beg to differ.
Hey!
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. Presumably, they've been operating out of here in secret for quite some time. What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryo Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should be here.
All right, time to take a look around.
Alright.
So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this really all they had to eat? Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? There's a lot of stuff. Some of it has the Tenryo Commission emblem. Yep, this has gotta be it. Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials. This is way too dangerous. We should tell Kokomi right away and figure out the best way to deal with it.
Aw, there was nothing in it. Something wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools, all essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryo Commission has any need of these items, so the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for? We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we? It doesn't feel right.
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price. If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Kokomi, you think of everything.
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy doesn't exactly help.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back. It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast.
Ah, fine. Always thinking with her stomach. That's like underground? Yeah, I think that's like underground.
My goods! You got them back, huh? Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain. You see, I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in advance.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies. Lay off me next time, got it?
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequences. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and consistent rewards and punishments. Just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you, but this does not exempt you from bearing the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Take
Your
them away,
Excellency,
toys.
He says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryo Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk?
See, this is where I wish I had Zhongli or...
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
Inazuma. Zhongli, Nuvolette, or even Nahida. They all mentioned walks. I'm sure they would like it. But no, we're just stuck with the Traveler. Let's go, Traveler. It's our P-Walk.
It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the shogunate do. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared. If we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, it's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
I know, it's just... we should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. You're a kind and gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always looked to you as a role model.
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest situation.
Oh, Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2? Will he be based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your queries. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond to each one as and when I have the time. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
This kind of thing is water off a duck's back for you, huh?
No, I just ignore them.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Oh, we retrieved those already. No need to worry.
Really? That's fantastic! You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today? Right now?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have to save that for some other time. Well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine. Then we'll go and make preparations for the victory feast.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow, then!
Let's see. Did I move past? Is it over here? Yeah. There we go. Oh, we gotta wait until 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's fine. Bong.
General goods, handy and cheap.
Huh. Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. Let's wait a little longer. How is she still not here? Do you think she could be in trouble? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
So strange. Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Kokomi really does think of everything. All right, let's find the Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Body and mind.
I would like to point out this doesn't look like a tree, Paimon. Now I get what it's trying to say, like there was like a cross from the tree or something like that, but my brain just triggered it going, in the tree. It's like, that's not a tree. Hello, sleepy Kokumi.
Kokumi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away.
I advise you. I'm
No,
my party.
It's nothing like that. It's just my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as.
Everyone was asking so much of you yesterday.
You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it.
No, they were being
To be
rude.
honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful just from being in your presence while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process. I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Where did I put it?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me? Thank you. I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokumi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on Fishing Production. Watatsumi Island Monthly Maintenance Expenses Breakdown? This is is a lot of work for one person, and it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no wonder she gets burnt out from time to time. Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again.
She reminds me of Jean. Overworked, trying to please everybody.
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just,
We saw nothing.
Give it here.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking.
Excuse me. Is there a chest below me? What?
Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
Okay.
It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already.
Or haven't started yet.
Ooh, it's pretty dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her.
That's gonna take a lot of brain juice.
Kokumi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Act to the plan and plan to the situation.
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Well, good night, Kokumi.
Kokumi? Kokumi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna do? Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so much to do.
Let's let her rest a while.
You sure that's a good idea?
Yes.
She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go, too. All right, let's keep her company while she rests.
Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Things are slowly getting better. Oh. Did you see? What time is it? Did I fall asleep?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast.
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Yay, fire!
Kokumi's back to full energy! Good to have you back.
Let's see. Is this last part or is there one after? There's one after this one. The bonfire was the last part of it, but I'm wrong.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how is much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you!
Alright, she's still gotta do the talks with Sara. Duh. Whole point of this quest.
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryo Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
Did the Sealy vanish?
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Reverse?
Time to act.
You're crashing the party, Sealy. Although you live here too.
Time to scout. More speed.
One with nature.
Where are you going, Sealy? Hands up on the branch again? Yeah. Oh, you were a long way from home. How long?
The wind knows me.
No, my sword!
Say no more!
Shudder!
Finally, No.
At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan.
Yeah. At the very least, we get a little bit more fodder for Jingling's artifact. Alright. Now let's talk to the people.
More speed.
I'm not quite sure where that is.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all thanks to Her Excellency, Sangonomiya.
What's new? Anything to report?
Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always teaches us to repay kindness with gratitude.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's go talk to some others.
Are you upset that the fish isn't cooked? Behind me. Alright. I'll take the potatoes.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue.
That's new. Anything to report?
Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days, always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Hey, what's your deal?
This guy smells of booze.
And he has a spear.
Huh?
Great combo.
Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
Worried as well.
You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance warrior. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
This guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal conversation?
Yes, because he's drunk.
What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
Sure. We're hardly going to lose.
We'll see about that.
I'm just gonna trip him. Can I do that? Oh, I only have the Traveler. Okay.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you.
I wish his damage would actually do that much damage.
Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade, will you join us?
First, you need to tell me what's going on.
We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui, it didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warriors' will. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon.
What it boils down to is, you just want to fight.
Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person. But how can I? How can I when When every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle. Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt Decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away.
Time to act.
Give me a second, Kokomi. Ow. How the hell are you telling?
One with nature.
Probably if I was in the right spot.
Into the wind.
Excellent. Apparently there's another one.
So, we found out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see.
What's the matter, Kokomi?
I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter-plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Okay. Gotta wait for 10 o'clock again. First we get Mora. Thank you for the 1K Mora. Hey, I was right. Oh, you. Here. Bong. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared? Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes. I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Hyman suddenly feels a lot less nervous.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a hand?
Of course.
Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
What an odd place for that. Okay. Ah, yes, that is one of those quests I do need to do. But I believe that's, No, wait. I take that back. I don't think that's, Kiwani's in Mungo Kenki. That's not... Mungo Kenki is Kazuo's boss. Masanori. Once you do his quest, you can talk to Spartaham so you can test your damage and stuff like that. A little bit of a punching bag.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
I'm here to witness the peace talks.
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
I'm sorry, it's popcorn a little too much.
The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryo Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryo Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council
to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryo Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryo Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryo Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it? Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu! The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please,
Grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now, but we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Someone's gonna be sent to the corner. There she is.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
I think it's still best if I jump from here. Don't hit the Feely. You'll never see it again.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
How are your energy levels?
Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
You did an admirable job.
Do you think so?
Yes. Yes, I do.
To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
Gate complete. Yay, 60 primos. Honestly, for the length the quests are, I think that you should get a little bit more than that, but... Oh, that was only worth 5 points? That's actually kind of hard to pull off to, like, plan on hitting an enemy from that high up. Oh, we only need one more of these. Strange. Defeat the unusual Trilly Troll 20 times. And I've only seen this thing twice. I wonder if there's a tracker for it. Might look that up. But for now, why don't we convert our primos so we can actually see how our stock is coming. Because we are going to be farming those primos to ensure that we can lose the 50-50 and still get Farina. So as of right now, we are at 13 intertwined fates. So that's good. But the thing we got to remember is that we last got Baiju, and that's it. So we are at 0 pity and on 50-50. But tomorrow is the reset for the shop, so Monday when I stream, we will have a 10 pull on the standard banner. I don't think I have anything close on here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23? So we're only at 23 pity. I mean, the only good news is that we will get a 4-star, so hopefully we'll get something like Fischl or Kooky. That's like my biggest hope, is to get Fischl or Kooky. Not that anything's wrong with Beto. I would still love to actually build Beto this time around and see what she can do. So, for next week, we will have our week of Baiju. Now, the good news for Baiju, he is currently level 50, so he does need quite a few boss runs, unfortunately. But his artifact set is usable. It's all level 16 to match the others. So he's all set. So we could still potentially build up Xingqiu's artifacts and stuff like that on the side, just so we can get things moving a little bit as well, since the artifacts are done-ish for Baiju. Baiju, unfortunately, will need his weapon, which is the prototype Amber. I want Enhance, not that button. That was today. Whoops. So we will be farming for the prototype Amber and getting this to 80, and potentially just grabbing the materials to get it to 90 as well. Because that will be something I will do too, if I can, just to get everybody having their materials ready to go for when I do up the world level. Also, we will need refinements on the prototype Amber. So he would need those. And of course, we have his talents, which he needs guides to gold. So we will be farming these as well. And he also needs, unfortunately, the fungi. So I might be doing, if I need ley lines, I should be doing them out in Sumeru. I will be running around Sumeru and exploring. Maybe even starting the Aranara so we can get the onion. Start handing stuff like that. Handing in stuff like that to get wishes. And also getting the sapwood blade, because we will need the sapwood blade potentially for Bennett. In terms of Farina, I, of course, will do Material Mondays. We'll grab her stuff as well on the field. Where's my inventory? There it is. Okay, we're at 121 books. Those will definitely get eaten by Baiju. So we might have to sprinkle in some ley lines at some point too. But Farina's flowers are pretty solid. Not needing too many more. So those are almost done. And then she would need the Whopper Flower Nectar. And we're doing okay-ish on them, but I can go and farm them. We can also use Paimon's Bargains if we need to use the Stardust to get some of this. I'm okay with that. And then we need Justice for her talents. Are the talent books? Was over here? Yeah. That's order. Equity. Ooh. Really? How do I not have any of the brown ones? That's interesting. So yeah, we will have to start farming those for her as well, but I will probably do a prep for Farina the week before she comes out, just to make sure we have stuff for her. We will be farming the Golden Troop Domain, because Maro Chase could also be potential for other characters too. And work on getting those, and whatever we don't want, we'll throw into the strong box. Probably Emblem to still try to get Xingqiu's Sands. But otherwise, you know, I'll figure something out that we can throw them into. So that's the plan for next week. I will probably be throwing in some other story quests too. Just to sprinkle it in here and there. But with Sangonomiya Kokomi done, that means I should be able to unlock Arataki Ito. So there is Ito. So probably sometime next week we'll do his quest, and then that should leave... I think it's only his. is perilous. There we go. Yeah, we only need to do Ito's quest, which is really funny. I thought you would have to do Zhao's, but or Yelan's. No, I knew you didn't have to do Yelan because I did the Yelan afterwards last time. So yeah, we'll be able to do that, and once we do this quest, I'll be able to get a fate from this and a fate from doing the first part of Sumeru. Once we did that, we'll probably start going back to the Archon quest as well. That way we can get the fates from the book. So that ultimately is the game plan. Hopefully we'll get some good progress going. I will see you all on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. And until then, take care.